So today we're going to be testing out some makeup that's especially geared towards mature skin. I've got new eyeliners, I've got the Surreal Face Flex, which we used as a concealer, but today we're going to see how it looks as a foundation. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. You guys, it's the holidays, it's been a crazy week, but I promised to show the Surreal Face Flex as a foundation. Now we all know it's a fantastic concealer, but how does it rate as a foundation? I also have some new eyeliners that were sent to me in PR. I'm super excited to test these out, and some Gucci. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. I did a review on the Surreal Face Flex Concealer, and some of you guys have been asking me to test it out as a foundation, and I thought that was a great idea, not only because it retails for $58 and we want to get more bang for our buck, but I wanted you to see how it performed as a foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my complexion with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. I've been really loving this primer because it's silicone-free, but it also provides a really beautiful blurred out complexion. Comes out pink, kind of like my sweater. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply the primer to my most porous areas. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am 57 years old. I have normal to dry skin, fine lines, wrinkles, redness, hyperpigmentation, and I think the key to getting a nice foundation or base is to find the right primer for your complexion. Now, while this is absorbing into the complexion, let's recap the Surreal Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer. Now, if you missed that video, I'll put it down in the description box below. Remember, it retails for $58. However, it does boast that you can use it as a concealer as well as a foundation. I'm in the shade 4.0. What I found super unique about this particular concealer slash foundation, it really does set itself. It doesn't settle into the fine lines under my delicate under eye area, and it just lasted all day long with beautiful coverage. Another good thing about this, even though it's so pricey, you only need a tiny bit to apply on the face, and it provides beautiful medium to almost full coverage. It contains hyaluronic acid, caffeine, aloe leaf extract, and green tea. So those are some of the ingredients. Let's go ahead and apply it as both a concealer as well as a foundation. Remember, it has that tiny doe foot. I'm gonna start out as a concealer, just a tiny bit, where I normally apply it, and then right where I get red. But now I'm gonna go in where I have my most hyperpigmentation, my pores, kind of just right through there. Yeah, okay. Focusing on the center of my face. Now, like I said, the consistency of this concealer slash face flex is very unique because it comes out very serum-y, but as you start to apply it, it does kind of thicken up, which kind of freaked me out the first time because I don't like any thick concealers under my eyes because it tends to cake up. But for some reason, this does not. It just provides beautiful, even coverage. So I am used to using this as a concealer, and whatever's left over on my fingertips, I'm just gonna use it as a base for my eyeshadow. You can really see how much coverage you're gonna get out of this concealer. It really is so deceiving. You just need a tiny bit. So now that I have it on as a concealer, I'm gonna take one side of my face and use a sponge to distribute the product. But look at that coverage already. That's insane. It really is thicker. So I'm gonna use a dampened beauty sponge on the right side of my face to see what kind of coverage we're gonna get. So I'm only focusing on this area of the complexion, right through there. Now, as you know, if you use a dampened beauty blender, it does tend to thin out the product, so you're gonna get less coverage. But we're gonna do one side with a sponge and one side with a foundation brush. So that's one side. And now on this side, I'm gonna take the heat of my fingertips to distribute the product, but then I'm gonna go in with a brush. And today, I'm gonna use my flat kabuki brush from Sigma and just kind of stipple it in. And whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna take it like so. And I'm not gonna do a heavy duty glam look. That's gonna be for next week. Next week, Matt and I are going to a wedding, a holiday wedding, and we're super excited. My dress just arrived today, and I'm gonna be doing a holiday get ready with me to a wedding. I hope you'll join me for that. That's gonna be next week. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love a good wedding, don't you? This is looking really good. I'm gonna turn down my lights to 20% so we can see what type of coverage the Face Flex concealer slash foundation will give us. So here we are at 20%. This is the Beauty Blender side or the sponge side. As you can see, it doesn't provide as much coverage as the brush side, but still so pretty. It really is pretty on the skin. It looks so smooth, so beautiful. But I want to see if we can amp up the coverage. So let's go ahead and apply just a tad more. I cannot believe, I'm looking at it right now in my little mirror, and it looks so freaking smooth. Almost like a bowling ball. But yeah, and my skin feels like velvet. I don't know what is in this concealer. Well, I do. The ingredients, I told you about the ingredients, but I swear my skin feels like velvet. Velvety smooth, beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. But we ain't finished yet. I'm gonna see if we can build up the coverage. I know we shared it out a tiny bit on this side, but let's see if we can cover up a little bit of that hyperpigmentation. I'm gonna add a little bit more on my nose. That was probably too much. And let's just tap it in and see how much coverage. See if we can even cover up that hyperpigmentation. Mine is pretty stubborn, but I don't mind if it peeks through. I think I put too much on my nose. What? Yeah, I did. Oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna take whatever's left on my nose and continue to go right through there just to get a little bit more coverage. You really, as a foundation, you have to work fast. That's what I'm realizing. It does dry down pretty quickly, but when it dries down so smooth and almost like it has a setting powder in it. I mean, if it's not gonna settle under the under eye area, it's not gonna settle into your fine lines through here. And that's exactly where this is going. It is so, look how smooth that is. I mean, yeah, I knew I was impressed with it as a concealer, but dude, as a foundation, it is absolutely stellar. Now, just to make sure that under eye area is totally blended out and seamless, I'm just gonna go in with my brush and just stipple it in. I want everything to be seamless from here down, and that's exactly what it's doing. Because it is a concealer Face Flex foundation, you're gonna get a really even complexion. This is really pretty as a foundation. Look at that. It doesn't feel drying, it feels hydrated, but velvety. I know this sounds strange, but it feels velvety on my complexion. It could be also the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer, but you guys, this is so pretty. So let's go ahead and add a little bit more warmth, and we're gonna bronze up with the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Hey Honey. You know this is a classic favorite of mine. Super affordable, creamy, easy to apply. Yeah, we're going for a very natural look, but I can't promise anything. This looks so, so good. And let's go ahead and contour. I'm gonna just take a little bit on my finger and bronze the side of my nose. And then blend that out. Now for blush, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Huephoric Rush Blush in the shade Pleasured. Pleasured, yeah. Who comes up with these names? This is such a unique, affordable cream blush. It's actually this gel consistency, but you kind of mix your finger in there and it's really, really pretty on the complexion. So we're just gonna tap that in, and it's kind of got that bubblegum pink color, but as you can see, it is so easy to apply. It provides beautiful pigment. It's not too sticky or dewy, but at this point of the game, my skin is so dry because it's so cold out. My skin is welcoming any sort of cream product. I love using cream products during the colder season because my skin runs naturally dry with the cold air. So whenever I apply a cream product in the wintertime, it just hydrates my complexion, My skin looks juicier, it looks healthier. And in the summertime, I tend to use more powder products. Does that make sense? With the humidity here and the heat, powder products just work better on my complexion. But when it gets cold, I reach for those creamy products all the time. So this is an excellent, creamy, juicy blush that you can build up the pigment, you can sheer it out, and it looks so pretty on mature skin. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? A tiny bit across the bridge of the nose, and we are good. For eyes today, I'm going to do a very simple eyeshadow look because the real star of the show is going to be these gel eyeliners that I received from Revant. Revant. Now these are eyeliners that are specially geared towards mature skin. They're supposed to last 24 hours. It's waterproof, and they come in 6 gorgeous shades. You've got brown, navy, green, purple, black, and gray. I thought gray was super interesting. You don't see a lot of gray eyeliners, and they also come with a sharpener on the end. So let's throw on a quick eyeshadow look, and I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight Edition. And we're just gonna grab a couple of shades from the eyeshadow palette. I love this because it's all neutrals. It's a cool tone palette. I did a review on this and actually really been enjoying it. So I'm just gonna take this lightest shade up through here and I'm gonna throw it above my crease. I want a little bit of definition. Pretty much simple one and done eyeshadow look like that. I know eyeliner is eyeliner. You can go drugstore, you can go high end, but once you get older and you have mature eyes and you have hooded eyes like I do, they tend to run. They tend to move around on our eyes. Smudging is always an issue, especially if you have hooded eyes. The Revant Gel Eyeliner offers vibrant, long-lasting color with a creamy pigmented formula that glides on smoothly. It's perfect for mature skin and it delivers 24-hour smudge-proof, waterproof wear. Apparently over 200,000 customers love it, but it's vegan, hypoallergenic, cruelty-free, and paraben-free. Let's swatch these. This is the brown. Wow, that glided on so easily. Oh, I love the point. Look at how pointy it is. Okay, and here's the black. Wow, that's super creamy. Oh my gosh. And then we've got the purple. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And then a navy blue. Wow, this is so creamy. It looks kind of more like a cobalt blue. And then the green. This is gonna be perfect for the holidays. I'm not kidding how easily that went on. And then the final color is gray. Ooh, that is beautiful. It's almost like a charcoal deep gray, which I really like. These are all 6 shades. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a little bit of a shimmer, and I'm gonna use this lightest shimmer here, and I'm just gonna pop it all over the lid. I need a little bit of shimmer, just a little bit. It is the holiday season, and I just want a little bit of lightness and brightness because if we're gonna use a kohl eyeliner, it's gonna be really smoky and dramatic. So much for an every easy day look, right? I'm gonna tight line my upper waterline with the black and see how easily it goes on. Wish me luck. Oh, wow. That is going on so easy. You barely have to touch it. This is crazy. Look at that. Look how easy that was. I love tight lighting my upper waterline so it gives the appearance of thicker lashes because you're really close to the lash band. And I know a lot of us, we get watery eyes, especially when it gets super cold outside. I know my eyes tear up whenever a big gust of cold wind comes up. But this is not supposed to budge for 24 hours. So this could be ideal if you have sensitive eyes. That went on super easy. But black eyeliner is black eyeliner is black eyeliner, right? I want to try the gray because I just think it's going to look super unique, not as harsh or dramatic as black. And I love how it has the color of what eyeliner it should be. I saw a video and she literally did not pull on her eye whatsoever. And I'm going to attempt it because My first instinct is to pull, which we shouldn't, but I know, I do it, you probably do it. And then I'm gonna run it along, not on my waterline, but on the outer thirds of the lower lashes to connect it. And I'm not gonna use my fingers to tug it along. They say you have at least 60 seconds to work. And I'm gonna take a tiny angled brush and I'm gonna just blend it out. Oh yeah, you still have time to work with it. Oh yes. That was so easy to blend out. But the question remains, is it gonna last 24 hours? This has been on my hand for at least the last 5 or 10 minutes, and let's see if it's gonna smudge. Oh, what? Oh my God, okay, did you see that? I'm impressed. I'm gonna do the left eye now. Well, I'm gonna have to use my fingers, sorry. This left eye is considerably more hooded than my right eye, so it's a little help. And again with the angled brush. Yeah, this was super easy to blend out. I love the impact of the gray. I think it's very becoming. I think that looks nice. Super easy, totally. How many colors can I put in my eyes? I'm gonna throw a little bit of the purple. I know, crazy, right? And I'm gonna put it in the very corner of the eye. Like that. I want you to see what the purple looks like too. This purple is very vibrant. Pretty good. It might be actually good for mature eyes, hooded eyes. Yeah, because I've got this flap that folds over right here. Wearing a kohl or gel eyeliner can be a little challenging sometimes because the fold will fall over the eye and kind of, you know, muck it up. But if this is supposed to stay put, I think the proof is in the pudding. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna throw on some mascara and we're gonna finish up this look. Mascara is on. I just went ahead and primed my eyelashes with, of course, I'm obsessed with this product. I really am. The Lancome Seals Booster XL. This is an eyelash primer that's going to give you long, thicker lashes, but it also nourishes your lashes. And then I went in with one of my favorite mascaras. This is from City Beauty. It's their Beyond Mascara. Same thing. This also has lash boosting ingredients like keratin, biotin, keratin, one of those tins. But it's really helped my lashes in the last several weeks. Beautiful mascara. I know I rarely use highlighter, but in a weak moment, you know I love lilac, lavender. I think that's one of my favorite colors. But over the Sephora sales event, I did pick up the Gucci Glow Highlighter in Frosted Lilac. Now, I was a little disappointed in the packaging when it first arrived because with the bronzer, it just feels more luxe, more high end because you've got this beautiful, it's almost like, it looks like it's enamel, but it reminds me of a Tiffany box or something from Tiffany's. Then you get the Glow Highlighter and it's just, you know, regular, it's almost Charlotte Tilbury-esque. You know what I mean? Even though the packaging is a little more simplistic than the bronzer, it's still a gorgeous, highlighter. Look how pretty that is. And good news, it doesn't smell like, it doesn't smell like the bronzer. No, it doesn't. The bronzer is very heavily scented, but you get used to it. But let's go ahead and apply the Gucci Glow Lighter. Oh, this is so pretty. It's subtle. It doesn't have that chunky glitter, and it just elevates your look. When it catches the light, it is so pretty. This was an indulgence of mine over the Sephora sales event. I don't regret getting it. I think it's really, really pretty. I love lilac. I love how subtle the glow is. So this is probably gonna push me into wearing highlighter again. I know, but it's that pretty. It really is. For lips, we're gonna go drugstore. And I probably need to get a new one. This is the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Lip Flip Liner. And this is in the shade Elegant Nude. You guys, I've used this up so much. That's it. That's all I got left. So let's go ahead and line the lips, but I like using it also as a lipstick because it's so creamy. And then we're gonna go ahead and top it off with some lip gloss. And today I'm gonna be using the Forget the Filler Lip Gloss Plumping, Smoothing, Nourishing Lip Gloss from Lawless. This is in the shade Velvet. Now this was another item that I picked up from the Sephora sales event. I know my friend Clara raves about this lip gloss. It's supposed to be plumping. And here we are with the final look. What do you think, guys? Now, I know the main focus is going to be the complexion because we use the Sarah Cereal Face Flex on the complexion as a foundation. But I can tell you right now, I did not use any setting powder because I know this formula inside and out. I've been using this as a concealer for the last several weeks. Absolutely love, love, love it. But as a foundation, you can see how smooth it is, how it just kind of set itself. I don't feel like I need to put any additional powders on it to make everything look set and perfect. I think it really sets itself. Now the eyeliner, we're gonna go all day and see if it's gonna smudge, if it's gonna budge or move, but it's supposed to last 24 hours and not move. And even though I do have hooded eyes, it'll be interesting to see if it's gonna kind of get, you know, worn out in the crease or fade or whatnot. But so far, so good. This is looking really, really nice. Absolutely love the Lawless Forget the Filler. I don't think it really plumps my lips. I think it just gives it a nice, healthy look. What I want to do next is go out in natural daylight and really see how this looks as a foundation. I mean, it looks all good and fine and dandy in the studios, but when you go outside in natural daylight and bad lighting, then you'll see exactly how it performs. Here we are in natural daylight, and it's very breezy and very cold, might I add. But as you can see, the Sarah Cereal, it looks so good. It is super smooth. Look how pretty that is. And the blush and the bronzer look so good together. Oh my gosh. I swear, this $58 Face Flex concealer is just so beautiful as a foundation. I cannot believe it. And remember, we only used a tiny bit. You really don't need a lot because it is very deceiving. It's a thin formula, but it really covers everything up. Yeah, I'm convinced you can use this as a foundation as well as a concealer. I think it's such a brilliant idea. You use less makeup products. It's just a seamless process. Look at that. But we'll do another check-in for the eyeliner because we need to know if this is going to smudge or budge. But so far, after an hour in, it is looking very promising. Okay, it's been about 5 hours since I first applied the Sarah Cereal Face Flex Concealer as a foundation, also the Revant eyeliner. Yeah, super impressed with how pretty the skin is looking even after 5 hours. I did go out and run a bunch of errands today. I had the best BLT, nothing better than a BLT. It actually had like a little bit of balsamic vinegar on there with mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella cheese. So it's kind of like a tomato caprese BLT. It was delicious. That's why, hence, no lipstick. But this is what the complexion is looking like. I am super impressed with this foundation, concealer, what have you, because it really is smoothing. It looks like my complexion. Remember how little we used? You really don't need a lot, especially as a concealer. A little bit goes a long way, but this is what we're looking at after about 4 or 5 hours. As far as the eyeliner is concerned, it still looks great. However, when I look in the mirror on my lower lash line, remember we put it on the outer thirds of the eye, it kind of smudged a tiny bit. I don't know how, I don't know why. I think it's the gray, just a tiny smidgen right through there. It hasn't transferred. It hasn't faded in my crease where my hood is. So this is looking promising. It's a little bit darker at this time of the day. I don't have any natural sunlight coming in. I do have a little bit of studio lighting going on. I want to turn down the lights so you can see it a little bit better. I think it looks really pretty. And look at that Gucci glow lighter. It really looks like I have glass skin because it's that subtle. It is that luminous. It's so pretty. But yeah, I will do one more check-in and let you know if this is really worth that $58. It is as a concealer, but as a foundation, I don't know, this looks really, really good. And we are back. It's been over 8 hours since I first applied the Sarah Surreal Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer as my foundation as well as concealer. And I'm happy to report that it performed exactly the way I wanted to on my complexion. It didn't settle into my fine lines. It still looks velvety smooth. It still feels hydrating. Remember, we have all those skin-loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid, caffeine, aloe leaf extract, and green tea. And if you're curious about how this performed as a foundation, I have your answer. It is fantastic. Remember, you don't use a lot, even though it is on the pricier side at a staggering price of $58. As a concealer, I'm happy to report as a foundation, it works just as beautifully. Now, the only caveat, there's only 10 shades, but if you can hone in on your shade, remember I'm 4.0, it's going to look amazing on your complexion. It doesn't settle under my eyes and it doesn't settle into my laugh lines or my forehead lines. It looks amazing. Now, even though it's on the pricier side, it is the holiday season. I know Sephora is having a sale right now. Through December the 15th, you get 20% off. There's going to be a code, have it all. So if you're curious about purchasing this concealer, now would be the time to purchase it because you can get 20% off right now through December 15th at Sephora. And as far as the Revant eyeliner, beautiful. It didn't smudge, it didn't move all day. Even though it did get a little bit funky down through here, might have been user error, I'm not sure. But remember, these retail for $20 each. These are beautiful. They didn't tug at my eye. They're super creamy. They last all day long and they come in 6 shades. Yeah, these are fantastic if you have hooded or mature eyes. So definitely check these out for sure. So I hope you had fun hanging out with me today. I know I did. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah, mahal kita, I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
You wake up in the morning, your thoughts are running